today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to unbag and take a look at Game Fix. Now, I don't know if these originally came in bags, but I picked up several copies of this Game Fix magazine kind of at a bargain sale. I believe I got it out of Noble Knight. I picked these up, about 2, 3, possibly 4 months ago. So I've been kind of hanging on to these and waiting for the right time to kind of do a whole week of this. So I've got 5 of these, I believe. So expect that I'll be covering maybe one of these a day for the next few days. This is an older magazine. I think it originally came out in '94. This is the premier issue of it. So let's get into the bag and see what is there. Again, these came in bags from Noble Knight, but I think that you could buy them in other formats when they came out. This is issue number 1, October 1994, and went for $6.95. Now, I didn't pay $6.95 for that because, again, I got it as part of a bargain. But this was kind of a wargame magazine. It was Game Publications Group Inc. on there is the publisher of this. I really didn't know much about this. I've seen these from time to time, like on Noble Knight and maybe some other places, but I really didn't know. And even on like a Board Game Geek talking about the games, but I didn't really know much about this. But it's a game magazine, and I think it predominantly focuses on war games, maybe exclusively focused on war games, but it also has a game within it. And I believe Joseph Miranda did a lot of their games. At least that's my understanding of looking at some of the offerings here. So if you're familiar with any of these Game Fix, let me know what you think about them, or let me know about the history of it, because as I said, I got like 5 issues. I don't know if there are much more beyond that, or how many issues they did, or how long they went for. But this was the premier issue, and so as you can see, we got some ads in here. And this is from Game Publications Group, this Rebel Yell. And then we also have congratulations on the publication of Game Fix. So this is from the Complete Strategist. And I have a video on the Complete Strategist the last time I went there, which was last year, the New York store. So you get the publisher as Game Publications Group Inc. Editor is John Compton, copy editor, and so on down there. So there's an editorial, there's a schedule, battle briefs, the Julio Claudians, Octavian, Roman Legion. Issue game is Ancients, Origins 94, Writer's Guidelines. That's Alan Emrich, who of Victory Point Games fame. Famous Last Words, and the Armchair Gamer. So again, this looks mostly war games. Editorial schedule, and they're talking about some of their game submissions and what they're going to try to publish. And again, I think there's a lot of Joseph Miranda titles in there, Joe Miranda titles. Here's battle briefs. There. Another article here, Death of the Republic, Birth of the Empire. Octavian, A Tale of Two Magpies, the Roman Legion. So a lot of Roman articles here. Oh, here's an interesting little graphic here on what's the makeup of a legion between, cohorts and the like. And then we have Ancients here, this is the rules for the game that comes in here. So you've got your actual rules are in the middle of the book. Now, and it's contiguous or continuous, so you got page 8, then page 9, so they don't have a separate section for the rules. So I don't know if all the rules are self-contained, that you can pull them out or not. I'd have to take a look at that. So here's the rules. This is going to be an Ancients game. Tactical combat in the age before gunpowder is made up of 2 historical scenarios. each of which is a game in and of itself with its own set of rules. Thapsos, the first game, uses land rules, and Alexandria uses the sea rules. So you got a land and sea. So you got surf and turf here. So these are the rules, and it's kind of interesting how they do the rules, and this is somewhat of a Euro game type format, but they put like a description or an example in the margins, because it's kind of like it's annotated, but you have the rule, and then you have kind of an example of the rule over off to the side. That's kind of an interesting approach here. Then we have, this is the game one. This is Thapsos. This is the sequence of play, your combat results table, missile fire, terrain effects. So all your charts are going to be inside this book here. That's typical with like magazine war games, and this is a magazine war game, right? It's a war game that comes in a magazine. Here's the charts and sequence of play and everything you need for Alexandria. Here are the counters, and they actually came with mounted counters. So that's kind of an interesting little tidbit there. They look fine. They're a little thin. I mean, they're probably consistent with what you would see in other magazine war games of that time period of 94, so the early 90s, early to mid 90s. And they're double-sided. And it looks like they come out relatively easy there. Then we have your maps. This is the map for, I imagine this is Alexandria. Yeah, this is Alexandria because you have some sea zones here. So you're probably going to have some land and sea for Alexandria. And then I think this is, yeah, this must be Thapsos. Yeah, this is Thapsos here. So your maps are just a page. So they're not on thicker paper or not mounted or on a thicker stock or anything. It's just a glossy page in the magazine. I mean, they might be I think this is the same thickness of the regular page of the magazine, but there's your map. So you're going to have to break the spine, the staple spine, if you want to get into the map and into these charts and what have you. So here is the some Thapsos scenario, game two. Here's starting the rules of game two, which is Alexandria. And again, you have the rules, and then you have some annotation off in the margins. And it's full color, so that's interesting. So there you have it. I mean, the rules are from 9 to 20, so 11 pages, but you also have charts and the maps in there, so not overly complicated. Here's a report from Origins, 94. I was not there. Let's see here. I have not been to a convention. I need to do that at some point. Here's the writer's guidelines. Interesting here. So I think they're talking about how to maybe submit a game to this publication. Famous last words, then the Armchair Gamer. So there you have it. That is Game Fix, the inaugural or premiere edition. And so they have some forum ideas here that you can submit. It looks like a subscription was 4-issue, trial subscription was $19, a 12-issue 1-year subscription was $49.50. So they had a 12-year or 12 issues, so I guess once a month, a monthly subscription of this. So again, I didn't know much about this until I picked, I saw these, I guess, I saw some of the games and saw, Joseph Miranda and then from BGG, and then I saw some of these like on Noble Knight, and I ended up picking them up out of a bargain or clearance type sale. So then this is one of the games that I'll be covering. It's in one of the later editions, is Crisis 2000. So, and given that there was a game just issued this year, I think Compass did it, Crisis or 2040 or something like that. This might be a similar type game. It's kind of like a civil war in the United States. So I don't know if that... Don't know if we want to go into that too much, but there you have that. And then we have a computer game here, Aide de Camp. So there you have it. So that is the premiere issue of Game Fix. Again, whatever you, and it comes with 2 games in this one, 2 ancient games. It looks like they might share similar rules, but the one has more naval stuff to it. So there you have it. Wargame Magazine Game Fix. Don't know much about this. It kind of had the title, The Forum of Ideas. Love to know if anybody knows anything about this, if anybody subscribed to this, what they thought about it. Looks kind of interesting. The games don't look overly complex. They look a little bit less involved than what you would find in a strategy and tactics or World at War or Against the Odds type game. The map is a lot smaller, counters are not as much, and the rules look a little bit more don't look as complex. So I don't want to use the word dummy down, but it looks a little bit less complex, let's put it that way, than what you would see in a normal wargame magazine. And wargame magazines tend to be a little bit less complex, not always, but tend to be a little bit less complex than box version of games. So give you a point of reference on what I see of looking at this. So anyway, that's what I have for you today. I plan to cover more of these as the days go on, at least the ones that I've picked up so far. Again, let me know what you think about any of this, and if you have any of the background or history on this, feel free to share that. Anyway, that's what I have for you today. Thanks for stopping by. Take care. Thanks for watching.